So you finally decided to have your roof replaced. You're at installation day. So I want to give you a little bit of a rundown on what that looks like. Most folks only go through a roof replacement once, maybe twice in their lifetime. So if you're here on installation day, this might be your first experience with a full roof replacement. So the first thing we're going to do on installation day is prep the grounds. We're going to pull patio furniture away from the house. We're going to cover the landscaping, protect that. We're going to protect the driveway. We have to make sure that the materials are here, that the dumpster is here, and that everything is accurate as it should be on the contract, and that we've done a thorough check to make sure that everything on the ground is protected and that we've got the right materials, that we're ready to get working. So some of those things that we do to prepare is to set up our catch-alls. Our catch-alls are basically tarps that are leaned up on the side of the house, and that allows for any debris that falls over the roof to be caught and moved away from the landscaping, the sidewalks, paver patios, and things like that. The next thing we're gonna do is make sure that if you have a deck or a porch that's open, that we're gonna protect that. So any patio furniture or things of that nature are gonna be pulled out into the yard and set aside. And then we're gonna go back and set down plywood or tarps and make sure that the deck, the wood is protected. And again, walk around the house, make sure all the landscaping is protected to the best of our ability. Sometimes that includes placing a 5-gallon bucket upside down over top of important plants. That's gonna protect it. A thing to think about too is in the middle of the summer, it's hot. If we put those tarps over that landscaping, we run the risk of killing those plants. So what we have to do is take it step by step. So if we're replacing the back slope of a roof, then we really only want to protect the back landscaping. As soon as that portion of the roof is finished, we need to pull those tarps off to make sure that there's still air getting to those plants and to that landscaping and that we're not doing any damage there. Then we can go and prep on the front side. When you're dealing with the patio furniture, we want to make sure that we put that patio furniture back in the exact same place that you put it. That way when we leave, you don't have additional work to do moving that furniture around. So how do we do that? Well, we take pictures beforehand. We have what's called a pre-install checklist that our site supervisor does before we begin work. We document all sides of the house and document where everything is. One of the reasons why we do that is to make sure that we can put your belongings back in the exact same place to make sure that you don't have additional work to do. Another thing that we're going to do before we get started on the first thing on installation day is double check our materials. Do we have the right product? Is it the right color? Do we have the right quantity of it? Making sure that everything that we need for that job is on site and that our order is correct so that we don't accidentally put the wrong color on your roof. Another thing that we're going to do on the morning of the first day of install is take our crew chief and our site supervisor and walk the grounds, review the contract, and make sure that the scope of work that we're going to be doing is correct and that everything is accounted for so that there's no surprises during the build. Our site supervisors don't really perform work on the roof. They're there to make sure that the crew is doing the work properly, to do quality control, to interface with the homeowner and make sure that you have any questions are answered, and to basically just be there to make sure that everything runs smoothly. Now it's time to tear the roof off. That process begins on the ridge, the top of the roof. The crew is going to use basically a shovel. Now it's a very specific type of shovel and it has teeth on the end that we can use not only to scrape the shingles off, but also to pop nails off that are still left behind and remove all materials down to that decking. Once that's done, we can re-nail the decking, making sure that it's tight and sealed properly, and then we can prep it for the next steps. Oftentimes when we remove the shingles, we're gonna find areas of that decking that are rotten, that are deteriorated, maybe delaminated. We're gonna be shooting tens of thousands of nails into that roof. Those nails need to have something to bite into to hold properly to fasten your shingle to the roof. If we shoot that nail into a rotten or delaminated board, it's not gonna hold, and that shingle is gonna be easily detached either by wind or the natural wear and tear of a roof. So we need to make sure that we've got a fully nailable surface. Any decking at that point that needs to be replaced is going to be cut out and replaced. Now, of course, replacing that decking or sections of that decking is an additional cost that wasn't built into the initial estimate because we weren't aware of it until we removed the shingles themselves. So yes, there's an additional cost there, but it is absolutely critical to the long-term health of your roof. Replacing that wood is going to add years to the life of your roof. Not replacing that is definitely going to shorten the life expectancy of that roof system. So behind me is a great example of what we do after we've prepped the decking. You'll notice that there's actually two different types of underlayment. The bottom, up about 6 feet, is all black. That's what we call ice and water shield. And then above that, you'll see it's also black, but it's got some logos printed on it. And that's synthetic felt, which is another underlayment. Ice and water guard is a critical product. It goes along your eaves. However, code says that it must come within 24 inches inside the heated wall, which means for most applications, 2 rows of ice and water guard are needed to reach that point. Before installing the ice and water shield, you need to install the drip edge. Now, drip edge has two different types, and at the eave is a type called gutter apron. The reason why that gutter apron has to be installed first is because the ice and water shield actually overlaps on top of that gutter apron to create a watertight seal. That way, if any moisture gets underneath the shingles, there's a layer of protection between your interior space, your roof deck, and the shingles themselves. So any water that gets underneath of the shingles is going to be trapped between the shingles and the underlayment. It's going to run down the roof where it's going to empty then into the gutter. Once the ice and water guard is installed, then the synthetic felt is installed from that point up the rest of the roof. Of course, these need to be overlapped by 4 inches. On every row of underlayment has that 4-inch overlap. After that's done, the crew can start installing shingles. Of course, you'll notice behind me that those are installed on a 45-degree angle. There's a process called vertical racking, which is allowed for 3-tab shingles, but that's not what we have here. Vertical racking is when they install one row of shingles up the roof, and then they come back down to the eave, come over and start installing another row up. That is not a proper installation technique for a laminate shingle. Once you've installed the gutter apron and the underlayments, the ice and water shield and synthetic felt, you now need to install what we call T-drip. T-drip is the other form of drip edge. There are 2 types of drip edges, gutter apron and T-drip. Gutter apron goes at the eaves, the bottom of the roof where there's a gutter. T-drip goes on the rakes, the edges of the roof where there's not a gutter. But it's very important that the underlayment goes underneath the T-drip, but over top of the gutter apron. So again, we're going to install the gutter apron, then the ice and water shield, then we're going to install the T-drip, then the synthetic felt, then we're ready to start installing shingles. Here at Extra Service Roofing, our slogan is providing peace of mind one job at a time. So our attempt with these videos is to provide that peace of mind so that you can see what actually goes on, so you can have some of those questions answered and have good expectations of what to expect when you're getting your roof replaced. If you find this information helpful and you're in the greater Cincinnati area and looking to have your roof replaced, or maybe just looking to have it inspected to see what kind of shape your roof is in, if you have storm damage, the wear and tear, how old or how much life is left in your roof, please by all means check us out on the website or give us a call, put a comment in the link below.